Hey everyone, welcome back to an episode of Create with Linda. Today is Thursday, guys, and I'm coming on because it's like 4:40 in the afternoon, and I'm gonna get putting a dinner together. Um, the last couple of days have been really rough for me. Yesterday I did like a very short video, only something that I felt I could handle. I've just been off. You know, if you're new here, you don't know, well, you probably know a little bit about my anxiety and depression disorder that I have. Sometimes it just all of a sudden hits me, and I'm debilitated for like 3 or 4 days, and that's what it's been the last couple of days. Yesterday I just felt completely like I just couldn't function, and I did the least amount that I could do. And today when I got up, I've been praying to God to please show me the way and just help me through this. And this morning when I got up, I felt a little bit better. And I just actually, my husband went to work around 3 o'clock, and I've been sitting on the couch watching reruns. Well, I've been watching over again because I watched it already. See the first season of Heartland. It's still going, that show, but it's like, you know, we're waiting now for the next season. But anyway, I love that series, and it makes me feel so warm and cozy inside. And today I just cuddled on the chair and just watched my show, and all of a sudden I felt like, let me get up and do something. I really didn't do much yesterday, and although I did do a few things yesterday, it's a very odd situation, guys. It's like a dead feeling inside of my gut that I have that just debilitates me to the core, and so I just have to go through it and get through it, and it always goes away, but it just never know when it's gonna come, never know when it's gonna go away, and it's just really hard. Anyway, I feel a little bit better right now, so I don't really want to talk about it too much more. I'm just going to move on and do what I want to do for dinner. Now, I'm going to show you what I'm going to do for dinner in 1 second. Let me let the dogs in, because the dogs are out. It's very humid and hot here today in upstate New York. Hi. It's 90 degrees, guys. 90, let's see. Oh, it's 80 degrees right now. 83 degrees right now. So it's been really warm today. What I'm gonna make, guys, I want to get my I wanted to get my iced tea because I'm thirsty and I need to make a drink. I haven't had a drink today. I mean, I drank a little bit today, but this I gotta put away. That I used earlier. I made Billy American tomatoes. He went to work, so he had American tomatoes before he went to work. So what I'm doing is I have one of the Crystal Light iced teas I'm going to put in here, and I'm going to also put a little bit of cranberry juice mixed in with that in here. So I'm going to put my, I have that in the fridge. I like to add a little bit of something to each. Especially the iced teas, because they're pretty neutral. You know, it says lemon iced tea, but it's really not that lemony. But anyway, yeah, that's the one I have right now. So Frankie got this. We buy these cranberry diet or zero ocean spray. They're really good, and I love to add them to my iced teas, like I said. Sometimes I just add it to my glass, and actually sometimes I drink out of this, which is, Billy usually sets that up for me, but not because he's not home. I mean, I just don't feel like doing it. I'm gonna put it in a glass. Sometimes I just feel like drinking out of a glass, you know, not out of that water, not out of the big bottle. So yeah. All right, so let's just. Now, so what I'm going to make, I'm going to show you 1 second. I'm going to make a budget meal. Let me show you. Okay, 1 second. Let's put we got to get some ice in here. I'm gonna put this in the fridge. Sometimes I just keep my pitcher out because honestly, sometimes we just can't fit it in the fridge, and I just keep it out, and it doesn't matter because I use ice anyway. If we can fit. So right now we can fit it. It just looks like this big. Let me get some ice. I need some ice in the ice. We have an ice maker, so I'll take it out of here because I have to put it in the bucket anyway. Give me 1 second. All right. I have some lemon there I could put in there as well. Where's the towel I just had? Guys, so I told you I'm doing like the budget meals, you know? And, so what I have left over is, we had American tomatoes the other day. American tomatoes is the whole tomatoes or the plum tomatoes that I blend, and I also keep some whole tomatoes in there. You know, some big tomatoes. Anyway, so I have this now. Now this is not, it's not a lot, but it's something to start on. So what I'm gonna do is this. Let me go get the bowl that I need. Oh, guys, I gotta show you something. What are you doing in Mommy's chair? What are you doing, buddies? Now, guys, you know I love Christ and I am God's child and all that, and I talk about it and everything. Well, my friend Lily sent me this beautiful picture that she has in her house. And we're sisters in Christ. She believes what I believe, and we speak about it a lot in our, you know, in our talks and stuff. And she sent me this beautiful picture. Okay, look at this gorgeous picture. Look, Jesus with the lamb. Now I know the story, but I don't know it perfect, so I'm not going to talk about it. But it's the lamb, you know, the 99 lambs that Jesus chases, the last lamb or something like that. I'm honestly not 100% with it, so I'm not going to talk about the story. But this is the sacrifice, the sacrificial lamb, I'm pretty sure, and Jesus is going to get it. Look at it. Is that beautiful? Oh my God, Lily, I love you. It's like I carry the picture around with me, literally, because I just love it so much. I haven't put it up yet. I don't know where to put it right now. I'm going to put it in my living room, but I just love to look at it. So I'm just going to leave it right here, right there, right now, so everybody can look at it. Gorgeous. Gorgeous! Thank you, Lily. I love it. It makes me so happy. It makes me smile, smile, smile. All right, so this is what I'm going to do. Let me get a big bowl, okay? Give me 1 second. Sink full of dishes here I gotta do. I don't want to get this on my shirt. I already got water on my shirt, but that's all right. It's only water. So I'm gonna put this in here. Okay. Because this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna make like a goulash. Okay. I made pasta earlier over here, and there's some spaghetti that got over on the stove, and I couldn't get it out, and it's going to burn, so I don't really want to keep it over here. So I'm trying to get it, but it ain't working too well. Yeah. All right, it's okay. All right, let's just put it over here on the back burner. All right, so let's get the rest of this out of there because I don't want I want to get most of the sauce, all the sauce out here, so I can put some olive oil in here with a little bit of garlic and the chopped meat that I'm going to put in here. I'm going to show you. Now, I told you guys I had chopped meat in my refrigerator, and we've been eating off of it the last couple of days, the last week. We had burgers one night. Now I had burgers last night. This doesn't matter because it's going to be all on the sides. There's going to be sauce in there again. All right, so I have this chopped meat that's left over, and I need to use it today, literally. So I'm going to put onions, chopped meat in that pan, in that pot, and then I'm going to add other stuff to it, and I'm going to show you. And that's why it's called the goulash. 1 second. All right, guys, this is what I'm doing, okay? I'm going to take, what am I doing? Onion, oh wait, I gotta sharpen my knife. Give me 1 second. This knife aggravates me. Let me go get the other one. Where's my other knife? Oh, Lord in heaven. Use this one. Give me 1 minute. All right, now this is a budget meal because I'm using what I have that I have already in the house, okay? So I'm gonna cut an onion up. I think I have another half in the refrigerator that I'm gonna use because we like onion. All right. So what you gotta do is when you want to build something up, like make it more hearty, you try to add a lot of like fillers to it. Like a lot of people do the beans. My family are not huge on beans, so I'm not going to put beans in here. I would like to, and I really could if I wanted to. I could put, I have black beans that I used actually the other night in my chili. And that chili mac that I made. But I'm trying to think if it goes in here. Beans, the only thing about beans is they're nice and hearty, like I said. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to put potatoes in here, in this goulash. I'm also going to put shells. But, because shells, give me 1 second. I want to put, if I could only find what I need. This is chicken too. This is chicken, isn't it? I'm not going to put pepper. I was going to put a pepper in, but I'm not going to do that. Give me 1 second. Okay, so what I'm going to do is this. I'm going to cut up another half an onion. Because I have an onion in the refrigerator, but if I would be able to find it, it's in there somewhere. Another half in there, but I'll use it for something else. Because I will eventually find it. So I'm just going to use this. All right, so what I'm doing is I have two russet baked potatoes that I'm going to be slicing up, but I put them in the microwave for a few minutes just to get them a little bit soft. Because this meal is not going to take long to cook, and it doesn't have to cook forever. You know what I mean? So I want to speed it up. So I put the pot on. I'm going to put a little bit of olive oil in there, guys. Oh, God, I'm telling you. If I can tell you, I didn't even need that much olive oil, honestly. I really didn't need that much, but let me just just save a little bit of this olive oil. I think I put too much olive oil in there. Because I have chopped meat that's going in there, and that's going to create a lot of, fat as well. All right, so let's let that get hot. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put corn in it. I'm going to put shells, and I'm going to put another can of crushed tomatoes, some basil, and I'm not sure. I'll be right back. I have a lot of thoughts going on in my head right now. Be back. All right, guys, so the oil. It's heating up now. So, and you know what else I have, guys? I made a sausage meal the other night. I made sausage. I used half of this for the chili mac that I made. So I'm going to use the rest of this in here. Let me get some garlic too. We gotta get some fresh garlic. I'm always using the garlic. I'm literally searching for my garlic. And I have oh my God, this is crazy. Hello? Where's my garlic? Oh my goodness. I'm telling you guys, it's just craziness with what goes on. Sorry about that. Sorry I was absent for a minute. Garlic was hiding in the back. Gonna give this a quick chop. And so I might as well use up the stuff that I had, and that's the whole point of the budget cooking, the budget meal. So I'm going to put the garlic in, and then I'm going to put the chopped meat and the sausage in, and then we'll build it up with the sauce. And then once we get the sauce going in there, because I have to put the elbows in at the end. I mean, not the elbows, the shells at the end because, not at the end, but you know, once there's sauce in there. All right, so let's get because the elbow, the pasta has to have somewhere to go. You know what I mean? It has to have somewhere to cook, has something to cook in. That's what I'm trying to say. Where's that spoon that I was using? What did I do with it? I don't know what I do with things. I swear I lose things. All right. So once we start smelling the garlic a little bit, I have extra olive oil here if I need it. I'm going to put it over here because I put a little bit too much in here. I'm going to higher this pan just a little bit, and then we'll get everything going. It's quiet here, guys, because it's only me. I'm the only one home right now. Everybody's gone. I'm in the house by myself. Well, that's not true. The puppies are with me. And Jesus. Love it. All right. We'll get the chopped meat in, the sausage. Way to use up flavor, to make flavor, and you use up what you got. Sausage and ground beef go really good together. My family loves it together. So, and sausage is very versatile. And this right here is so cheap. You can get the store brand, whatever store you go to, Walmart brand, you know, the Great Value brand, or whatever. Whatever store you go to, you get that. You don't have to get the Jimmy Dean. I prefer the Jimmy Dean, but this is just as good. And saves me $2-3 at a time. And that's what the point is right now. Alright. So let's start chopping this up. Okay, so we got the base of the onions and the garlic, and the chopped meat and the sausage. Ooh, ow! Ooh, this handle gets really hot. So let this cook up a little bit. We're going to put a can of corn in here. Did I say that? Let me get I need to get the can opener. Give me 1 second. Oh, shoot, potatoes, guys. Forgot all about the potatoes. I mean, this is what I mean. Hello. Hello. Oh, and I also found this. There's black beans left over. I'm going to put those black beans in there. They'll never even know. I guess I probably should have peeled these after. Before, I mean, I microwave them, but ooh, they're hot. It's fine. Probably didn't want them to cook that much, but we'll see how much they're cooked because, oh boy, they're kind of soft. What do you think about this, guys? Really? Guess I cooked them too long in the mic. Shouldn't have cooked them that long. I just don't want them to become like one big like mashed potato, and they just might. I don't know. I didn't want them to cook that much. But it's kind of too late. Just gonna peel it with the knife, guys. It's easier. Maybe I should just make a little mashed potatoes with this. I don't know. I think they're too mushy to go in there. I think they're just gonna fall apart. Ow. Very, very good. They're very hot. Let me think about what I'm gonna do with these potatoes. I'm gonna think on it because I made a boo-boo. I made them I microwaved them too much. All right, we can figure it out. It's not a big deal. We just have to decide what we're gonna do. Smelling good, guys. It's smelling really good. Let this cook up a little bit more. Yeah, I'm going to do something else with the potatoes because the potatoes are not. We're going to fry them up. Might as well. Alright guys, let's do that. I gotta open up the other stuff. I have, what was I gonna say? I lose my train of thought in a second. Alright, let me get an onion. Another half an onion. I found this refrigerator. I'm using my my regular tripod right now. I love the new one my husband got me, but sometimes it's a little bit annoying. And this one is just easier sometimes. I love it because it's for specific things. Like it really works for specific things. You know, like if I really want to get close to something, or if I want a different angle, or it's just, you know, it's good in that way. All right, so we're gonna put this half an onion with a little bit of, I'm gonna use butter, a little bit of butter for those potatoes, okay? That I'm gonna put in this pan here now. And the chopped meat's just about ready for me to add stuff to that. All right, so let's put this over here. I'll show you. Oh wait, I wanna put the onions in first. Let's put the onions in here. And I'll put some garlic. Give me 1 second, people. Talks amongst yourselves. I had another half onion in my refrigerator that I wanted to use up as well. Gotta use it all up, guys. You know, I'm trying my best not to waste. All right, this right here, is ready, but it has a lot of grease in it. It has a lot of oil in it. So I'm going to use the paper towel method. Okay, I don't know if you guys have seen this before. I'm going to shut the oven off. This is something that's a trick that you use to get all the grease out. I'm sorry here. Stick the paper towel in here and just move it around, and it takes, you know, a lot of the grease out. Now I don't want to take all the grease out because the grease in here is flavor. It's flavor, guys. But I want to get the majority of it out, if you know what I mean. You got to use a couple of paper towels sometimes. With this, you're definitely going to have to use a couple of paper towels. Just try to, don't get all of your food on there, you know, try to keep your food in there. Yeah, I'm just going to do one more. I always shut the flame off when I do it, only because I'm just nervous. I don't know. I mean, everything's fine, but... That should be good because that has a lot of flavor on it now. You know, it still has a lot of flavor. All right, let me cut up a couple more garlic cloves for that. For the potatoes, because we want them to taste really good. And then we'll stick the potatoes in there, and then we're gonna build the goulash. And goulash is just another name for, you know, everything in a pot, like everything but the kitchen sink or the garbage pail. Oh God, that lady once said to me, why are you calling your, that's very unappetizing. Why are you calling it the garbage pail? I was like, lady, it doesn't mean it literally. It just, it's a metaphor for, you know, everything but the garbage. Everything but the kitchen sink, everything but the garbage. I don't know. People are crazy sometimes. But so am I. So who am I to judge? All right, we're gonna let that come to a little bit of a cook. I'll be right back 1 second. All right, people. I want to put a little bit more butter in there. And then we're going to put the potatoes in. Okay? Because that's nice and fragrant now. I'm going to move these over here. And, you know, like these potatoes, we're going to go in there. But that's okay. You can deviate. Look what I'm making. I'm making little fried potatoes. This will be eaten up. Eaten up. So the flame, I put the flame on high because I want them to get nice and crispy. So I'm just going to mix them around, then we'll season them up. These are going to be delicious, like home fries. Onions and garlic. Oh, I could put a little bacon fat in here. I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put a little bacon fat in here. Yep, don't judge me, guys. Don't judge me. All right, so we got this going now. Now what we're going to do with this is I'm going to open up the corn. Let's open up the corn. We're going to put, I have cheese sauce out, but I'm not going that direction. I'm going to use the sauce. The red sauce, obviously. And I'm going to save a little bit of the corn water, not a lot, just a little bit, just to make it a little bit juicier and flavor. Because flavor goes in there. That's flavor. Flavor. I'm putting these in. Everybody just don't, nobody say anything. Shh. Shh. Nobody has to know. Nobody has to know. Linda, what are you doing? Get it together. All right, let's move this over. Let's get this cooking again. All right, we're going to season this up. Okay, And then once we're gonna put more sauce in there. Once we put the sauce in here, we'll add the noodles. You know, the shells. I was gonna use elbows, but I decided to use shells because I wanted to use some different stuff this week. You know, this pay period, or this, you know, shopping period or whatever. I wanted to use some different stuff, so I decided to get some different pastas to change it up a little bit. See how this is getting nice and crispy? Alright, so let's... Alright, so I got both of those in there. Let's do salt. The thing is that I have to, pepper. I also have to season the sauce when I put it in, so. Alright guys, this is coming good. See that there? We'll season this up in a minute. Nothing like home fried potatoes. Yummy. Alright, let's mix this up. I'm gonna garlic the and onion powder, the meat, and then we'll put the sauce in. Okay, that's garlic. Now, and here's onion. Let's do that, onion, and then some garlic in there. We have garlic, fresh garlic in there as well. Alright guys, that smells so good. I really would like more corn in it. But I don't want to open up a whole nother can of corn. I gotta buy those small cans. You ever see those really small cans in the... They sell the small cans. Alright. Okay, let's get all that out of here. Alright. And I think I want to put some diced tomatoes in here. Yeah, I'm going to put some diced tomatoes in here too. Alright, so let's do that. We'll put this crushed tomatoes in. We're going to put some diced tomatoes. And then once the sauce starts bubbling, we'll put the shells in. Let's add a little bit of water to this can. Okay. Squish it around. Get all that sauce out of there. And it's okay if it becomes liquidy. If it's going to be a little liquid for a while, and then it will thicken up. But like I said, I do need some sort of a liquid, liquidy, so I can cook the shells, which is fine because goulash is liquidy. You know what I mean? Put a little bit more butter in the potatoes. It has to have butter, guys. I'm going to lower this flame just a little bit now. Because I don't want them to burn, but I want them to crisp up a little bit. Yeah, I'm going to lower that. All right. Okay, I'm trying to think of what else I could put in here. It's got It's got the meat, it's got the corn, it's got a little bit of bean. Let's season the gravy. You know, let's season the sauce. I mean, the sauce, not the gravy. Some garlic and some onion. I'm gonna put some of the not the lemon. Where is it? The caramelized onion butter on here. I think that'll be really good in here. I'll put a little bit in here too. Why not? Okay. We're going to let this come up to a little simmer before we put the pasta in. I'll show you that in 1 second. Alright guys, I'm going to put salt and pepper in here too. I didn't put any salt and pepper, so there's pepper. There's salt. And then these are going to be done. I'm going to check them, I'm going to give them a little mix, and I'm going to check them out and see. I know that they're done because it's just a matter of if I want how crispy I want them. You know what I mean? Let me get a fork. Yeah. All right. Yummy. Really good. Delicious. Those are perfect. I'm gonna shut them off in 1 second. Got a lot of dishes to do. I hate dishes. Let's shut those off. I have a little basil here. I'm going to put a little basil on those potatoes. I bought this a couple weeks ago and totally forgot about it. It was on my door of the refrigerator, and I forgot I had it. Put a little bit of basil in there. That's gonna make it nice. Little flavor. We're gonna do basil in here. Alright, this is starting to. I'm gonna put some grated cheese in here as well. In the goulash shola. We'll put some basil. I also have some parsley too I could put in there. Fresh parsley. Yeah. Oh, I wanted to put diced tomatoes in here. Yeah, I think I'll leave it. I think it's okay. One second. All right, guys, so I'm only going to put a half a pound in here. I don't want an over an amount of shell because it'll soak up all the sauce. I don't want it to do that. But it also has to be enough for everybody. So, I'm going to have to let this, I'm going to put a little bit more. And that's it. And this is gonna have to have the cover on it. Okay. Ooh. And we'll taste it in a few minutes and see how it is. But I'm gonna lower it just a little bit. It has to be boiling a little bit so the pasta cooks, you know what I mean? But now that's just an example of a budget meal, okay? This will, if everybody likes it, which I hope they will, I think they will, it has all the elements. You know, they'll eat it over the weekend, maybe Darren will, if Darren likes it, which I know he will because it has chopped meat in it. And the guy just loves chopped meat. Loves it. So I know he'll eat it. I gotta go out and water my garden. So I'll take his out there and show you what I do out there. So again, and this is a one-pot meal. You know what I mean? This is a one-pot meal. So, and it was a starter meal that I already had. So I can't stop eating these potatoes, guys. They are so good. Look at this. Look. And I love putting them in the microwave or blanching something before. Sometimes when I make something, because it just speeds up the process of the cooking, and it's easier. You know, it just makes for a better, easier cut type of recipe. You know. So good. All right. I gotta do dishes. I don't feel like it. I'm gonna have to though. I'm gonna have to do dishes eventually. All I want with this, with these potatoes, is home fried. I mean, is eggs right now. That's all I want. An over easy egg with the yolk. So good. Dipped in potatoes. Oh, I love it. It's my favorite kind of breakfast. Potatoes are my forget it. Alright, so as I go along, I could see the noodles are good, you know, the amount of noodles are good. Let me take this outside and, well, I gotta get my water together. I gotta get the water can. But guys, I have a lot of stuff coming up, buds, in the garden. Very excited about it. I'm also I discovered a way how to do potatoes. I have bags that I have to fill with the dirt. And you could start with the potatoes in it. It supposedly takes the whole summer for the potatoes to, which is fine with me. I don't care. If I have potatoes at the end of the summer, I pray. I pray for that. Please, God. What a savior and what a saving of money. And I love the fact that you can grow a potato and an onion from a potato or an onion. Yeah, well, that's what I've heard, so we'll see. We'll see how that works. But I'm willing to try. All right, guys, I just took you outside. This is my garden here. This is the big one. I'm just gonna water these a little bit and then water around everything else. But I'm not pulling this thing open right now. So I'm just gonna try to do it like this. I don't know if you guys can even see me. This thing is freaking heavy. And I'm all wet now. Oh well. Let's get these done here. Now these are the San Marzano right here. Right here, these two, and I got little buds on these. I'm so excited about this. And this is cilantro. And this is arugula. Let's go over this way. I had the dogs were out here. They were attacking an animal, not attacking, but barking after an animal and cornering it like a chipmunk or something in the behind the things over there. So I had to remove them. I had to bring them in, but I had to bribe them with a treat. All right. And Brody is not really good at listening, so it was a task. So it was only a second for you guys, but it was 10 minutes for me, 15 minutes for me. All right, let's get you up a little bit. All right. Sorry about that, guys. Oh, it's definitely cooler out now with the sun went in. Here's basil. Here's strawberries. I have no idea how this is going to work. Here is broccoli. Never done broccoli before. And here's parsley. And here is beans, string beans. Yeah. Over here is string beans. Now it's peppers, which I don't see any buds coming up there, and I'm a little worried about it. Basil and parsley over here. I don't know. I hope it comes up. All in good time, guys. All in good time. That's it. All right, let's go back in now and have some goulash. Should be done. Guys, look, they're both in jail. I put them in the living room, and they're in jail with the gate. Look. Well, yeah, if you didn't bother that little chipmunk, Bobby and Nanny would have let you come out. But no, you were being bad. All right, this is getting really, really thick now. So it's like, I'm going to shut it now because you know why? I don't want the noodles to overcook. Because the noodles are in there. Once you put the noodles in, you know, that's goulash. I probably shouldn't have put the noodles in, but that's all right. It is what it is. I just don't want the noodles to get like mush, but look, guys, let me take this off. Looks really, really yummy. And I'm going to taste it and see if it needs anything. I was going to put some mozzarella in it, but I don't think I don't know. Let's get a spoon and let's check it out. They probably want to eat. Well, they just ate a little while ago, the dogs. I don't know if I wanted a little bit more soupy. I might add a little bit more water to it. All right. It's very hot. That's really good. You know what I love? The noodles. The sauce is getting inside the little shell. I'm gonna add a little bit more water to this because I think it should be a little bit more saucier. I'm not gonna add any more sauce to it, but I'm definitely gonna add water to it. All right, who's coming over to my house to do dishes tonight? Who wants to come over? My door is always open if anybody wants to do dishes. Somehow I don't think that's gonna happen. All right. Guys, so good. And I didn't add a lot of salt because I didn't want to go overboard with salt because I put a lot of grated cheese in it. I'm gonna use this bowl right here for myself. Where's that other spoon that I have? Did I have another spoon? Where's my gray spoon? Just give me 1 second, guys. Give me 1 second. So, guys, honestly, I really, last night before I went to bed, I was so tired, you know, and it was like 12:30. I like to stay up a little bit and read and all that. I have like trying to find another book to read. I have a book that I'm reading, but it's just that it's not getting me. It's not keeping me current. It's not keeping me there with it. So I was looking for it anyway. So I decided I'm gonna read my Bible. Last night I'm gonna do. I was in the middle of Matthew. And so I decided to do that. And so I read like 15, 20 minutes of Matthew. And I just felt so much better. And I tell you, just reading and going to all the scriptures. Like yesterday when we were in the doctor's office with my husband had a breathing test he had to do. I was sitting there and I just felt like I needed it. And it's so great when it's on your phone because it's right there. And I went to scriptures for encouragement and faith and all that. And it sent me right to all these scriptures and it was awesome. And I sat there and I read them over and over and over again. And it made me feel so much better, guys. Going to God really, really, really is amazing. Really, really amazing. So, so helpful in my life. All right, people. So I got a slice of butter. I got a slice of bread and I put butter on it and I was dipping it in this and eating it already. I already ate it, so. But this is my dinner. Look at that, guys. It is delicious. It's really, really yummy. You got the noodles and you got the corn and the beef and the sausage. And it's really good because this thing you could put, and this is goulash, you put anything you want, you know. The bread and the butter, I had one piece and I really want another, but it's got noodles in it already, so. But it's delicious to dip in. So yeah. This is what's for dinner tonight. I'm gonna go back on my phone and get some scriptures that I was reading to show you guys what has helped me in the last couple of days. Because I'm telling you, without Christ, I don't do well. I really don't. With these episodes that I'm having. It's horrible. I'll be back in a second. Alright, people. So, shirt is a little bit annoying. Keep showing it. I just don't even know what it is. Tank top. Alright. So, like I said, the last couple of days I've been reading these things. Jesus holds a rest for every kind of restlessness, a Sabbath calm for every care, a seventh day for every soul. That was, who was that? Oh no, it doesn't say. Philippians 4:6-7. When we are restless, we often get anxious and impatient. This verse tells us what Where am I? That didn't go into it. Let me go to the next one. Oh, here, I couldn't get away from the depression from it. The depression, the sadness, the anxiety, the frustration. When did it come? Where did it come from? This is what it's very confusing, because it's like I like my husband will say to me, "What's the matter? You were fine a little while ago," and I can't, and I don't have the answers, because it's just a feeling that comes over me that's like a feeling of dread and like deadness in my soul, and it's so odd, and it's depression is what it is. I'm just gonna take a little bite. But it's frustrating because you don't know what to do with it. You don't know what to do with those feelings, you know? You really don't. Something inside wasn't right. Though everything in my life looked beautiful and lovely, perfect to anyone else, despite my blessings, I fought a restless heart. And that's exactly how it feels. It feels like a restless heart, and you just don't know where to turn. You just don't know what to do to get it to stop. Do you know the feeling? Do you know the feeling of a restless heart? Do you know the feeling of an unsettled heart? Often we feel this restlessness, even though that life isn't too bad. And it's true. Because my husband will say to me, "What's the matter? Everything's going good." Like, you know, I don't know. I have no idea. That's what I'm saying. Often we feel this restlessness, even though life isn't too bad. Things are good, but we just can't shake the feeling that something is missing or needs to be fixed. 100,000%. Sometimes our circumstances are terrible and we know exactly why. But through the years, I've learned something about restlessness. Whenever I have it, I need to seek God. I need to go to Him with my restless heart, and ask Him for the answer. It's really tempting to go call friends and ask them for help, their advice, but God sees my heart. Only the Lord knows the root of my restless feelings, and that's the thing. I go to Him. I've been going to Him the last 2 or 3 days, and really, and not just, you can't just go to Him when you're restless. You got to go to Him all the time. But He expects you to go to Him when you are restless. So I pray, and I pour into the Word. Studying Scripture allows me to hear from Him. And I listen, and I pray, and I worship. I get on my knees and I confess my discontentment. Confession opens the door to His healing, freedom, and purpose. There is always a root to the restlessness, so I ask God to show me what it is. It may be unforgiveness, distrust of God, or belief of His good plans, or unbelief of His good plans. I get on my knees and confess. Confession opens the door to His healing, freedom, and purpose. There's always a root to the restlessness. So I ask God to show me what it is. It may be unforgiveness, distrust of God, or unbelief of His good plans. Often God allows us to experience less restlessness to get our attention. It draws us to Him in our desperation to find peace. I experienced this a few years ago when I was working outside our home. It was the one small paying job on my daily electric Excelic to-do list. It only took an hour or so of my day, but I felt a pressing in my spirit. I was restless. And as I began to seek God about the restless stirring, I sensed He was telling me to quit so that I could put more time into writing. But this job involved helping someone in need. It's hard to put obedience and sacrifice and in perspective. As I began to seek God about the restless stirring, I sensed He was telling me to quit so that I could put more time into writing. But this job involved helping someone in need. It's hard to put obedience and sacrifice into perspective. As Christians, we often hold the mindset that we must sacrifice to please God. Doesn't God want me to sacrifice my time and talents for others in need? But this scripture puts obedience, and it's hard to put obedience and sacrifice in. I just said that. Doesn't God want me to sacrifice my time and my talents for others in need? But the scripture puts obedience and sacrifice in perspective. Does the Lord delight in burnt offerings and sacrifices as much as He delights in obeying the voice of the Lord? To obey is better than sacrifice, and to need is better than sacrifice, and to heed is better than the fat of rams. So it's just really going to God. Said, then she said, wait, my daughter, until you know the matter turns out. The man will not rest until he has settled in. Philippians 4:6-7. Be anxious for nothing, but in everything by prayer and supplication with thanksgiving, let your requests be made known to God, and the peace of God, which transcends all understanding, will guard your hearts and minds in Christ Jesus. Be strong and courageous. Do not be terrified because of them. For the Lord your God goes with you. He will never leave you or forsake you. Timothy 6:12. But godliness with contentment is a great gain. For we brought nothing onto the world, and we take nothing out of the world, and we get nothing out of it. And we can take nothing out of it. Corinthians 12:9-10. And he said to me, my grace is sufficient for you, for the power is perfected in weakness. Therefore I am well content with the weaknesses, with insults, with distresses and persecutions, with difficulties for Christ's sake. For when I am weak, then I am strong. Romans 8:28. And we know that in all things God works for the good of those who love him, who have been called according to his purpose. Psalms 34:10. Those who seek the Lord lack no good thing. Romans 12:2. Don't copy the behavior and customs of this world, but let God transform you into a new person by changing the way you think. Then you will learn to know God's this world, but let God transform you into a new person by changing the way you think. Then you will learn to know God's will for you, which is good and pleasing and perfect. All quoted scripture from the NIV translation. Yes. So guys, that's what I've been reading. That's what I've been going over. Okay, that's what I've been going over, because it's really, I've just been reading, and the more I read, the more I get close to God, and the more he comes in and shows me the way. It's the only thing that could save me. So that's all I have. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'm gonna go now and watch my Heartland for a little while I eat, and then I gotta go do dishes. Yeah. I'm just gonna pray some more. That's all I can do. Because only God can save me. That's it. All right. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, because when you subscribe, it really does help my channel grow. And I so appreciate it. Don't forget to hit that notification button with that bell so you guys will be notified every time I upload a new video. Like and share and comment down below. Thank you so much for coming into my home and my crazy chaos in my kitchen to create with me, guys. I really, really appreciate it. I love all of you. And I'll see you on the next video. Bye, guys. See you tomorrow. Bye. Love yous. Bye.